or save the institution of marriage, or it lead to destruction. All of this depend on your reaction. By the will of Allah, your reaction na in go cause either destruction or commotion or starvation or hypertension in the house. So we need to ensure that we get a positive reaction, because this is not a social reality. Subhanallah, it goes against Islam completely. Like we make mention in the beginning, for someone within inside married, forget an extra affairs, subhanallah, outside of marriage. But in a situation where it happened and it's happening, subhanallah, how do we react in order for save with marriages? Firstly, when you notice this kind of thing, subhanallah, clearly without a doubt, not a suspicion, because suspicion is completely prohibited inside Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell we in Surah 49, when Surah Al-Hujurat, He say, "Una we believe, una stay away from suspicion." He say, because part of it or the whole of it, it can lead to sin. So I'm not talking of suspicion, where they say, "I suspect you," where see the lead, so I suspect you, where see the detain a phone, so I suspect you. Not to this one. This is not a situation we are in. It is clear, subhanallah, clear that your husband don't get an affair with another woman outside. Subhanallah. What do you do? The first thing you need to do is for make dua to Allah, for grant guidance to this husband. Yeah. Subhanallah. People err, people make mistake. You make dua to Allah. Ya Allah, strengthen my husband. Ya Allah, protect him from the influence of shaitan. Some people, they engage in things, they don't know how, subhanallah, how it's happening. It is shaitan. Shaitan don't overpower them so much that they lost network. They lost track, subhanallah. So you need dua for protection by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And thereafter, you try for control your reaction. What do you do? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it possible for you for know the person, how do you react? If you don't know the person where your husband date, how do you react as well? If it's just something that you know, say your husband do, but you not sabi the person, what do? You take it up with your husband with all due respect. With all due respect. Let your husband realize, say, now for in your good, not for your good. Many times, the way they present the talk, would they present them for your interest more than the husband in your interest. Subhanallah. So, look, you are a Muslim, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you the permission, if you are able and capable, for married more than one. It takes a heart. It takes a strong heart and a strong iman for a sister for say this kind of thing. Subhanallah, because one of the things we don't want to mention at all in our marriage, now for tell the man for married another wife. Say, if you truly love somebody for the sake of Allah, go ahead and marry them. Don't go into sin, because I know I lose you in a dunya and lose you in akhirah. Because I know say I get for lose you in a dunya, but I will meet in Jannah. So for that reason, I will advise me a sister to you. Do you know, a Muslim man and a Muslim woman, automatically we are brothers and sisters. إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الْإِخْوَةِ. The first thing you do in this situation, you take away the husband-wife relationship, you bring the brother and sister. You know, my brother in Islam. Look, this particular act doesn't help you akhirah. Remember, you will be alone in the grave, and Allah therefore ask you for all you did them. And subhanallah, I not go want for you get a problem in the hereafter. I want for me to in Jannah. So if you see someone you love so much dearly, instead of committing sin, go ahead and marry them. Marry them for the sake of Allah. Subhanallah, marry them for the sake of Allah. You see how you put the situation. Do you know why? Because if you continue for do this illicit relationship, there is a tendency of affecting your productivity, of affecting your tranquility, because you get for the hide here and there. Subhanallah, you're not going to be open up anymore. Another thing again, supposing you die in that act. Supposing you die in that act, what will you go tell Allah? The Prophet alayhi salam say, everybody did they resurrect them in the condition where he die. So imagine you being raised in the hereafter in that condition. Subhanallah. So instead of you for do this kind of thing, which is sinful, it's also prone to disease because you not sabi this person here. And if you contact anything, it will affect me. And if it affect me, it will affect the family as well. So your safety also is of concern. Your financial safety, your health-wise, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is of concern. Your mental stability is also something that is very much important for you, for your growth. So think about this. If you get for spend here and at home and you spend yonder, this will affect your financial growth. Subhanallah. So when you talk to the person with your own interest, for your own interest, subhanallah, and thereafter you say for the interest of your family. This is how you put them. You talk to her with respect, with a calm tune, not shouting, not grabbing, subhanallah, or grappling. All of these things doesn't bring a good result. Subhanallah. Be calm. And sometimes people need guidance. Guide them. Subhanallah. Say them positively. Even if if you make like you don't understand that moment, when you sit down in one, those words and they reflect, subhanallah, in your brain, that they continue for playing them because you say them politely. When we talk politely, it bring light. That's why they call them polite. When we say things politely, it bring light. But the moment you pick a fight, it become like a challenge. Then the man goes, okay, not a problem. I'll continue for doing. Let's see what you go do. At the end of the day, what happened? One thing will happen. He divorce you. That's all. The marriage done. Simple. A place suicide don't spend 10 years, 15 years, subhanallah, and then it just end one day. That's the only result. When it's become a challenge, some men, conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the only thing you result to, they divorce you. That's all. They bring that woman or they bring someone else. That's what happened. So be polite, not that for bring light, not that for share light. Like home, subhanallah. Be polite and treat the issue by bringing your interest first. Subhanallah. This thing is a major sin. There's a possibility of you contracting a disease in it, subhanallah. If you die upon that condition, you get for stand in front of Allah. These are the wordings you bring. This is the approach by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah strengthen you.